Stephen Meade here with a little video shortcast. I have cracked the code. Any of you guys that have been watching for a while, sometimes I'll do a lot of my podcasts are more serious and interviews. Sometimes on my personal videos, which this is, it'll be an observation, it'll be a prediction, it'll be something about the future, some country or city that we're in, or some new industry. This one is about the matrix. And before you shut down, before you go, oh, let me just go through a couple things. So this has been going on for many years. I joke with people. Again, I like to joke about things that I'm serious about. And the joke was, we're living in a matrix. And I know that Elon and some other guys have tried to prove that scientifically. There's a circumstance of things that I've noticed over years, and I'm going to go through them. These are kind of my top 10. It'll go really, really quickly. But I want it to be kind of like an IQ test. I'm going to give you details of why I think we're living in a matrix. And the first one or two or three you might dismiss as a coincidence, or that's not too odd. And then as I go on, you might go, that's a little more interesting. But finally, I realize there's an underlying tenet of whenever I believe or notice or think there's a glitch in the matrix. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but maybe you can figure it out as I go through. And I'm also going to do a little screen share on some photos. These aren't necessarily, how do I say this? These aren't the exact photos. A few every now and then will be ones that I take a picture of and want to really be a lot more obviously relevant of it, because I'm like, wait a minute. And I notice more and more things. So here we go. Two big escalators. What do two big escalators have to do with anything? And especially, what does it have to do with the matrix? Well, many years ago, I was in London. Any of you guys that have been to London, LHR, London Heathrow Airport, I had landed, I don't know when. It was probably the middle of the night. The travel schedules I keep are crazy. And I'm on this big, long escalator leaving LHR, London Heathrow. And I look over to the left of me, and right beside me, identical on a different escalator going down, is this very well-dressed Indian gentleman, suit, briefcase. I think he might have had a hat on. It's been several years, but just very distinctive. And again, it's middle of the night, probably middle of the morning. I don't know. Nobody else is on the escalator, so you have a good amount of time to watch. Don't think anything about it. I leave London. I'm supposed to be there 5, 6, 7 days. Had to leave early, move my flights around. I got on the last flight out that next morning. I'm on the way back into the airport, and I'm London Heathrow, and it's 4:30 in the morning. Nobody's there, and I'm on that same escalator to go up. And I look over, and next to me, identical, same elevator, same time, right beside me, is that same Indian gentleman. You might say, well, how do you know? Well, again, I had a long amount of time watching him, still dressed up, very dapper, very distinctive. And so I was like, wow, what a weird random coincidence. Dismissed. Gonna give you another one. I'm in Chicago again, years ago, a couple years ago, might have been 5 or 10. I don't look backwards. For any of you that know me, I say there's no future in the past. So I have distinctive memories of events and details, but time, I have no linear aspect of time. Again, might be the matrix things, but here we go. I jump on the subway in Chicago. I'm heading downtown to a meeting. I'm in this meeting. Everything's going good, I think. I mean, again, I don't know. And then all of a sudden, I get done. And the meeting was supposed to last 2 hours. Got done early, a minute, hour 15, hour 20. And I was like, all right, I'll just head back. So I had taken, I think, the red line. Any of you that have been in Chicago, I'm on a subway downtown. And as I go to leave, it's now rush hour. And again, if you've been on a subway anywhere in the world, but especially rush hour in some big city like Chicago, the trains run about every 2 minutes, and they're probably 15, 20, 30 cars long. Here's what happened. On the train down to my meeting, it wasn't very crowded, and I end up on a subway car with a homeless person. And again, I purposely picked one here, no judgment. But this person was rather smelly. There, weren't many people on the car, probably because of that. And this gentleman was just, for whatever his circumstances were, I don't know. But he's sleeping in the car, in the subway car by himself, very, again, very distinctive. And I'm on the train 7, 8, 10 minutes, me and two or three other people going, should I get off? Get off. I go to my meeting again. Meeting got done early. I go down now. It's rush hour. Trains every 2 minutes, 20 or 30 cars. And the train pulls up at the red line for me to go the opposite direction. And I get on a train, and on that same car is that same homeless person sleeping in the same location an hour and 15 minutes later. Now, think about that for a moment. That red line train had to have gone all the way to one end of a station, all the way to the end of the line, turn back around. And in any one of those moments, in those 2 minutes, there were 30 cars I could have picked. I could have missed that one and got the one before, the one after. I end up in the same subway car. Another example, I'm in London going out to see a friend of mine. He's way out in I would call it the suburbs of London. I don't know what it was. I'll make these go a little quicker because you'll start to see a pattern here. But take a train out. I go to see him. He's got this really cool facility with virtual reality goggles and things. And I get ready to leave, and I'm walking out the door. Well, when we were walking off of the train to the warehouse through this suburb of London, it was, how do I describe it? A bit industrial farmer, not very dressy. And I was relatively dressy, so I thought, oh, I stand out. As we're walking from the train to the industrial warehouse, on the opposite side of the street is a very beautiful couple, younger, all dressed up, and they stood out because, again, the industrial area where we were in, somebody dressed up sort of stood out in that area. Don't think much about it. Go in, do the meeting, virtual reality. All of this stuff with Richard were great. Get ready to leave. And as I'm getting ready to leave and take the train back into London, I realized, well, it's a bit of a long trip. I'd had probably a couple Diet Cokes. I better go to the bathroom. So I run in, go to the restroom, come back out. It had taken a couple minutes. I knew I missed that train, but there was another one 7 or 8 or 10 minutes later. And as I walked back out of the warehouse, I turned to go down the street. And at the same exact time, across the street is that same couple walking the same direction. Now, initially, we were walking one direction. I get ready to leave, go to the bathroom, go back out. Couple is walking by again. Very, very, very strange. Another one, just random coincidence, I think. I'm New York Airport, land at luggage claim. Any of you that have been in baggage claim in a big area, lots and lots and lots of people around, as you can imagine. And I was standing there. I don't like checking luggage if I can avoid it, but this circumstance, I was probably at New York for 10 days or so. And there was a gentleman standing there also waiting for his luggage. So, I'm observant and noticed people. And this particular gentleman was standing there. Finally got his luggage a few minutes before I did and left the airport. I leave the airport in New York. I drop my bags. I go straight to a meeting. And I'm at the meeting waiting. And the table that we had wasn't ready yet. And so the restaurant put me in the front of the restaurant in a window because we were a few minutes off. And as I'm sitting in the window, this is an hour and a half later, that same gentleman goes walking by the streets of New York, still with his bag, interestingly, but an hour and a half later, 8 million people in New York, I see the same guy I had just seen at the airport earlier. Very, very strange. Here's another one. Again, these are just random. I'm in New York again on the subway. Any of you that have been there, I'm going from Midtown down to, I think I was going to Canal Street. I believe I had a meeting. I haven't been to New York in so long. I might have been at Trump Tower or one of the hotels. And as I'm driving down, sitting across from me, now this isn't the exact picture. I'm just using it for example, but sitting across from me on the subway were two couples, younger, very, very hip and stylish, traditional historical couple. I'm hopefully don't get in trouble for this, boy, girl. And they're sitting and joking and having a good time. And they get off at the street called Spring Street. Now, if any of you have been on the train in New York and you're going down through Spring and Canal, it goes into the financial district. The couple gets off on Spring Street, which leads me to believe they're probably going shopping. They're hip and trendy, and they get off to go shopping, my guess. I get off at the next stop, which again, I haven't been to New York in years. I believe is Canal. I'm in my meeting. My meeting gets done early. I get done early. I come back to Canal, get ready again, closer to rush hour now, going back up to Midtown from downtown, 20 or 30 cars, a train every 2 minutes. And the train that I get on, exact same couple is sitting on the car I got on directly across from me. And that one I got, wow. Here's why that was even more strange. The couple got off on Spring Street for shopping. Canal is the next street. There's not a lot there. It's Canal Street and the hotels. And then further past that is all downtown and Wall Street. And they certainly weren't dressed for Wall Street. And I'm wondering, how did they get past me on the train? What stop would they have gone to? Why? And coming back up, and out of every car, 2 minutes, 30 cars on a train, I get on the exact one that they're on. Really weird. I'm in Dubai currently, about to head back to LA. I have a couple from Dubai that have happened. Again, I'm on the subway. It's called the Metro here in Dubai, and I'm riding out, and there was it's not a couple, it was a girl, younger girl, I would say younger, mid-20s, holding her baby, there with her mom, dressed not stylish, but very distinctive. It was more of a Middle Eastern type of wardrobe, and they're in front of me for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes on the Metro, and she's holding her baby, and her mom is right there with her, and I just happened to notice them because we're side by side on the train. Get off, leave. Obviously, don't think anything about it. The next day, I get ready to go back on a Metro to go somewhere else. I'm leaving the offices that I was at, and I left 45 minutes early because I got done and I needed to go a different direction. So I come running out of the office in Dubai DIFC, jump on the train, and as I'm going to get on the train, Metro, the same mom holding her baby with her mother is standing there in the Metro station, getting ready to get on a train in the area. And I'm just like, this is just too strange. A couple other ones. This one is real. Luckily, I caught the people from behind. I'm walking through Dubai, downtown in the mall. This particular girl, I don't remember why I recognized her. There was something probably distinctive when she walks by. I go to have coffee, get ready to leave earlier. I'm heading back to the Metro, jump on the train. I pass this girl again randomly within a mall when I'm walking back to a train. Here's another one. Workout girl. Right, again, not picking guys or girls. This one, when she walked by, I had seen her earlier. Again, I'm on Metro because Metro Dubai is super efficient. And it was earlier in the morning. Most people were dressed up for work. She happened to be dressed for, workout or something, carrying her water bottle. And I thought, all right, that's good because it's super hot out. Goes walking by. As I leave to go back on the Metro, leaving my event or my meeting, I'm walking back to the Metro. That same girl that had passed me when I was going to my meeting, now I'm coming back. That girl had come back, exited the train, and passed me again at the train and the train station. Just random. Another one, a couple more, and then if you haven't figured it out by now, I think you will. DHL. I'm in an elevator. And actually, I think there's both of these. Nope, side by side. I'm on the elevator going up to a top floor. I'm going up to, I think, the 36th floor. A DHL guy gets on the elevator with me, along with another Indian guy. I have the picture of the Indian guy. These aren't in order. Here's the Indian guy. Why did I take a picture of him? I'll tell you. The DHL one was the same. We're riding up the elevator, and the Indian guy gets on about floor 18 or 19. The DHL guy's still there. We go up to 23. The DHL guy gets off. We go up to 27. The Indian guy gets off, and then we go up to 36. I get all the way up to the 36th floor, ready for my meeting. I walk in, they say, oh, we're sorry. Everybody's downstairs having lunch. You need to meet them at the cafe. So I'm supposed to have a meeting. My schedule got changed. I get back in the elevator. As I'm riding down, Indian guy walks on one floor, and the DHL guy walks on also. Same elevator, same time when I'm there. The Indian guy gets back off at 18 or whatever he was. The DHL guy writes down with me. Now, Both guys got off on different floors. I'm on a different floor above them. I'm supposed to be there for an hour or two. My meeting got changed and I end up back in the elevator down and run into both people. This particular guy was in Jumeirah in one of the malls. Again, I'm there for an event, passed him all dressed up, very nice. I decide to leave the event early. I'm supposed to be there all day. I'm leaving early, walking back through Jumeirah on my way to Metro, and pass the same guy again randomly in an office building with thousands and thousands and thousands of people. What's the moral of the story here? Why do I think we're living in a matrix? Well, I keep seeing the same people. You might say, oh, that's random. It doesn't really matter. Well, it kind of does, but I cracked the code, and any of you guys that figured it out, almost every one of these instances or events has been around transportation, airports, subway, train, me going to the train, in or out of the train. And this was the one that struck me the other day. It's when my schedule has changed. Every single one of these events is when my meeting got done earlier or something changed. I left a day earlier. I stopped to go to the restroom. I went to a floor and they said, no, go here. Every single time I've seen the same people has been around transportation and when my schedule has invariably changed. And I think that's the glitch in the matrix. Again, random, I know, kind of interesting. If you guys have thoughts, let me know. Stephen Meade, the Bullseye Guy. That is my insight video for the day.